An overnight accident or something else? That's the question facing investigators looking into a fire at a record store on the peninsula. KTVU South Bay reporter Jessy joins us now live with the latest. And Jessy, late today, investigators did in fact say that this fire seems suspicious.
Heather, that's right, and investigators are trying to determine if that suspicious fire was intentionally set. Either way, the damage could have been devastating beyond just dollars and cents.
There's damage, significant damage on the outside of the building, hopefully not too much on the inside.
The inside of Redwood City's The Record Band store is a museum of a bygone era, when vinyl, not digital downloads, was the way to listen. Owner Gary Saxon says for the most part, his irreplaceable collection and this piece of American culture was spared from an early morning fire.
A lot of people are getting back into, or getting into for the first time, records.
While shops such as this may be few and far between, they do exist and are thriving in the age of COVID.
People were looking for, affordable entertainment at home, and I think they really rediscovered what many of us knew from our youth.
Streetlight Records manager Paige Brodsky says there's something magical about being able to hold vinyl as opposed to look at an artist's work on a screen. The result, according to industry reports, is a 4% uptick in record sales.
I think people see it as a great way to support these artists, especially during this COVID pandemic.
Back at the fire scene, Gary Saxon says he's still taking inventory, but promises one fire won't ruin his record run of 30 years.
It's bad, but it's not too bad.
No injuries to report, and most of the damage was from smoke and water during firefighting operations. Investigators are checking to see if this fire is connected to a second fire around the same time of day, also along the peninsula. They're looking into that. Coming up at 5:15, we're going to take a look at the allure of records for those of us who remember what it was like when you could only go into a record store and make a purchase. No downloads back then. We'll have that for you coming up at 5:15. We're live in San Jose. Jessy, KTVU, Fox 2 News. We'll head back to you.
Yeah, didn't mean to interrupt, Jessy, but seems like that was a long time ago. But for fire investigators, there are still many more dots to connect. Thanks, though, for making me feel old. Appreciate it. All right, Jessy reporting for us today.